Oscar Isaac has openly expressed that he would consider stepping back into the Star Wars universe, but only if the project offered something truly worthwhile and meaningful. He famously portrayed the fiery fighter pilot Poe Dameron in the franchise's sequel trilogy, a series that came to life after Disney took over Lucasfilm. These films, released between 2015 and 2019 as episodes 7 through 9, stirred a great deal of debate among fans, with opinions sharply divided on their direction and quality. The trilogy's conclusion, The Rise of Skywalker, notably earned about half the box office revenue compared to the franchise's strong reopening with The Force Awakens. This decline in financial success was significant and left many questioning the future of the Star Wars brand on the big screen. In fact, as reported by Forbes last year, Disney's cumulative earnings from Star Wars films had still not offset the staggering $4 billion they invested to acquire Lucasfilm. Recently, Oscar Isaac, now 46, shared his current perspective on the saga during an interview with fellow actor Jacob Elordi for Variety. Referencing a popular line from The Simpsons, Oscar quipped, "I'm a Star Wars," clarifying that he'd gladly return to the role if a compelling and worthwhile story presented itself. This sentiment reveals his cautious optimism rather than outright rejection. Meanwhile, Daisy Ridley, who starred alongside Oscar as Rey in the sequels, is set to reprise her beloved character in a new, yet-to-be-announced Star Wars film, adding another layer of intrigue to the franchise's evolving narrative. While Star Wars movies have struggled lately, the franchise has enjoyed remarkable success on television, especially with The Mandalorian. Pedro Pascal's captivating lead performance, combined with the widespread affection for the adorable character known as Baby Yoda, has made the show a cultural phenomenon and a bright spot for the saga. However, the films have recently faced challenges, from the lukewarm reception of the sequels to the floppish performance of spin-offs like Solo. Following the financial disappointment of The Rise of Skywalker in 2019, Oscar Isaac announced a shift in his career focus. He described this period as a personal turning point, expressing a preference for independent films and more diverse roles. While he said he was probably less inclined to return to Star Wars, he humorously left the door open, joking that he'd reconsider if he needs another house. Since his Star Wars days, Isaac has taken on a variety of projects, showcasing his range as an actor. Notably, he co-starred with Jessica Chastain in the HBO interpretation of Ingmar Bergman's classic miniseries, Scenes from a Marriage. His portfolio balances smaller, indie features like the dark comedy Big Gold Brick with blockbuster epics such as Dune Part 1. Oscar also revisited his role as Gomez Addams in the 2019 reboot of The Addams Family and continued in its 2021 sequel. In animation, he voiced a character in Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse in 2023, and more recently displayed his versatility with a dual performance as both Jesus and Satan in the Christian animated film The King of Kings. This star-studded film also included a cast featuring the likes of Kenneth Branagh, Uma Thurman, Pierce Brosnan, Forrest Whitaker, Ben Kingsley, and, interestingly, Mark Hamill, Oscar's former Star Wars co-star best known for portraying Luke Skywalker. For those eager to see him in a new light, Oscar Isaac will soon appear as Victor Frankenstein in Guillermo del Toro's upcoming adaptation of Mary Shelley's classic novel Frankenstein. This highly anticipated film will have its premiere at the Venice International Film Festival next week, before becoming available for streaming on Netflix starting November 7th. But here's the part most people miss. Isaac's cautious approach to returning to Star Wars hints at a larger question. Can the franchise still deliver stories that inspire its own actors and reinvigorate its fanbase after such divisive installments? What do you think? Is it time for Star Wars to reinvent itself again? Or should it focus on the successes of its television spin-offs? Feel free to share your thoughts. Do you agree with Isaac's hesitancy, or are you eagerly awaiting his Poe Dameron reprisal? This dialogue is far from settled.